Hello everybody, thanks for dropping in. This is Dave from Dave's Acrylic Pouring Art. I am going to do my third installment on my beginners tutorials for some of the more simpler pours. This one is going to be a tree ring pour. Okay. Today I'm using Liquitex, and I have Payne's Gray, I have Blue Gray, Alizarin Crimson Hue, Permanent, and Brilliant Yellow Green, and Neutral Gray. Those are my colors. And I'm going to bring you down so we can see the canvas here. Okay. Now, as you can tell, there is nothing on my canvas. We start with a dry canvas for our ring pours. Okay. I'm going to move this off to the side for a second. I have my larger cup. Bring my colors over. Now we are going to layer these in our larger cup. So remember, whatever color that you start with is this color that's going to come out last. So I'm going to start off with this crimson hue here. And you don't have to go in any particular order. You can if you want more uniformity, but you don't have to. Now in this Payne's Gray, I did put iridescent medium in here, give it a little bit more of a shimmer. Just layer them with a few colors here and there, and you can actually see how they're layering in the cup. And I'm just pouring right on the side of the glass. I'm not dropping it straight in the center, because if you do that, then some of the paint might actually fall. Some of the colors might actually fall in the paint a little faster than you want them to. Now you can pour all of one color in and then go to the next color. You can do that, or you can come through and pour a little bit here, a little bit there, just kind of stack your colors, which is what I prefer to do. I like to see a lot of color in my tree ring pours across the entire canvas, so that's why I stack them like this. I especially do that when I do a kiss pour, which is a tree ring pour. When you do your cup like this, you have one cup in each hand, and you pour them into the middle of the canvas, and as the paint pours out of the cup, you let them pour into each other, so the paint is flowing down and they end up like touching each other as they're coming down. Yep. I'm going to do a tutorial on that one soon. Alright, you can definitely see how how it's completely layered like this. Now the red, the crimson hue is a little bit lighter in the pigment, which is why it does not sink in the other colors, as you can tell. So we'll set this one off to the side for a second. Clean up my drips. Alright, let's get our canvas back. Okay, so you basically what you want to do is you want to kind of visualize where your center is at. So we come across, so our center is about right here, okay? And that's where we want to start. Now when you get your full cup like this area right here where you're pouring in, that's where we're going to start. Remember our center? You're going to start pouring right there in the center. And stay right in the center. You're just going to keep going and keep going. Making circles, little circles. When you get down to the very, very last bit of paint, catch it with your finger, just like that. That way it doesn't drip across your canvas. Alright? Now, we have our big puddle here, so we need to slowly stretch this out. And you want to roll it in a circle, so that you try to keep as much of your composition on here as possible. Remember to always try to bring your center back to the center. Touch up those edges. Make sure they're nice and covered. And that is a tree ring pour. And don't forget, when you're doing these pours like this, that you want to get a palette knife. Well, maybe I'll get a palette knife. There it is, there's my palette knife. This is a palette knife, in case you're wondering. And you take your palette knife and you're going to scrape on the bottom side of your canvas. And the reason you're going to do that, see that paint that's on there? You want to make sure that you clean that paint off the bottom of your canvas. Not so much for aesthetics, but as long as there's paint on the underside of your canvas here, it'll continue to pull the paint off the painting, off the top of it. It's almost like a what I'm trying to say here. When you're siphoning like gas or something like that, it will literally siphon the paint right off of your painting, and it can ruin your composition up on top. So always make sure that you scrape it. Get that excess paint off the bottom of it. and never bring your scraping tool over the top of your painting. I've done that before and dripped right in the middle of it. It's not a very good feeling. Okay, so we got some very interesting colors here, very interesting effects. I'm going to bring you in, get you a closer look. As you can see, there's some lacing right here. There's a little bit of cell action, not much. I didn't put any kind of cell additives or anything like that in here. This is just a straight ring pour, so any cell action is caused by the Floetrol and the pigments of the paint as they're falling through the others. Alrighty. And there we have a tree ring pour. Very simple, very fun. I hope this was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this one. This is one of the more earlier paintings that I started doing when I first started pouring. So I thought that I would put some tutorials out there and show people exactly, you know, where I got my start, and hopefully they can learn from some of the things that I've learned over this time. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And remember, pour on. Have a good day.